How do we track the conversion rate in the new Google Analytics 4? So when I go in GA4, you may notice that you can look at your reports. I find the traffic acquisition report to be the most helpful. I can see default channel grouping. I can see all this sort of information that was similar from Universal Analytics of user sessions, etc. If I scroll over, I'm even able to see events, including purchase for an e-commerce site, right? And then I've got conversions set up, including purchase. So I'm able to see that, and I can even see revenue because we've got that flowing in, which is great. But I don't see a great way to see conversion rate here. Now, when I try to do this with the Explore report, I'm not able to get anywhere either. So the best way that I've found is to actually use Google Looker Studio. This is what Google Data Studio is now called. So you can Google it like this, Google Looker Studio. I pull up a dashboard like this that I can build. We customize it for our clients to try to make it look nice. And then we can make sure we have our Google Analytics 4 account connected. So we go Resource, Manage Added Data Sources, right? So I can see our old Google Analytics here under All Website Data. And if your GA4 is not yet connected, so this one I just did, so I've got it right here. But if it's not connected, you can add a data source, say Google Analytics, and then you can go and find the account in there. Since we're an agency, we have quite a few right here. I can specify that and make sure I've got the GA4 property ID right there. So I've already got it going right here. So what I need to do now is add a chart. I'm just going to do a table for right now. And I want to see similar information. Rather than going by event name, I'm going to go by default channel grouping if I can. Session default channel grouping, that looks great. This is how did people get to the site. I can see how many views we got on there. What I want to go with is e-commerce purchases, right? So I can see e-commerce purchases, blows right in, that's great. I'm able to see revenue as well, which is nice. So I can see purchase revenue, that's great. What I don't see when I go for a metric when you first look is conversion rate. So what you can do is actually create one. So I see one for conversions. Now you may have multiple conversions configured in here in terms of these ones right here. So we also have form submit listed as a conversion. So what I want to do is purchase specific. And what I can do is create a new field. And I'll call this e-commerce purchase conversion rate. And we're going to create our own basically. So what I can do in here is look for that e-commerce purchase, and I'm going to divide it by, this is a good question here. Let's see if we can do sessions maybe. Looks like we can still do by sessions, which is great. This is going to be a numeric. This is going to be this is going to be a percent. There we go. And I'm going to apply that right there. And now I can see my e-commerce conversion rate by default channel grouping. If I wanted to break that down another way, I certainly could. If I wanted to do it by, say, pages or even add a default channel grouping and pages, I could do that. But now I'm able to see my e-commerce conversion rate by my default channel grouping. So give that a shot in Google Looker Studio, and that should be much easier than using the new GA4.